In a small boatyard along a canal in the Netherlands, there lies a small boat. She has sailed here from the Mediterranean, through canals and rivers, all the way through Europe, only to arrive north with her sights set on the Baltic Sea. But she never made it there, because a pandemic happened, and plans shifted, and then her owners decided to do a big refit on her because they are slightly crazy and seem to enjoy doing such things. But now, finally, 2 years later, this little boat might just see the Baltic Sea, if her owners can get their shit together and make it happen.
Early Christmas! Oh, we've gotten more than we asked for.
Oh.
Varnish, more varnish, more varnish.
There's a lot
Varnish.
of varnish.
Hey, look at that! What do they think that I will
We can start
varnish for the entire boatyard?
We can start our own boatyard.
Nice, this is awesome. Aha!
Now here's the paint.
Now here is the paint. And this will be for the non-skid. Oh! Gotta complete the pyramid. These ones are the non-skid beads. This is something I've never tried before. The varnish takes a long time to cure. This is one component varnish, and therefore I want to try the accelerator. An incredible amount of support, free of charge from Epiphanius, so thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, it seems like we've got enough varnish now, but we will be needing a lot, as Magic Carpet's mahogany cabin top will need several layers to gleam like new. And although I'll miss the teak, I do think that the bright white decks will really highlight the deep mahogany tones even more. Now the first thing to do when varnishing, if you're Aladino that is to build a dust-free enclosure. Especially when working in a shared shed like this one, anyone can come in at any time and stir up dust on the floor, which can then settle in the varnish and ruin the whole thing. So this plastic tent will safeguard against that. So I'm just in the caravan editing, and I got a text from Aladino saying that he started to varnish out in the shed, and I was like, oh no, I wanted to film that. And he said, okay, but if you come to film, you can't step on the boat. And I was like, well, how am I going to film it then? Because he's put a plastic sheet around the boat. He's like, okay, you can step on the boat, but only if you dust yourself off and take your shoes off. And also, I don't want to talk to the camera because I don't want to, disturb the air with the breath. Which I don't think makes a difference beyond just our normal breathing anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go film Aladino. But welcome to Aladino when varnishing. He becomes completely paranoid about dust. But he gets results, so I'll allow it. So I can take this ladder that's up at the bow here? Yeah? Okay. Before meeting Aladino, I sort of thought that varnishing was just a matter of applying varnish. But not so. It's more a form of wizardry, with spells and potions and a touch of magic. No, I'm kidding, but there is a lot going on. The preparation is important, first of all. Creating a dust-free area does make a huge difference. Lining the decks with paper will ensure less cleanup afterwards. Degreasing the surface before varnishing helps the varnish adhere evenly. The first coat should be heavily thinned to penetrate into the wood fibers, and then, depending on temperature and humidity, different amounts of thinner should be applied to subsequent layers for more or less flow. And that's where the magic comes in, because it It depends on the type of varnish you're using and the conditions outside. Too much thinner means the varnish can run and create drips, and too little thinner means the varnish may not flow correctly, leaving visible brush strokes or creating a sort of orange peel texture. Here, Aladino used one component varnish. The temperature and humidity felt just right, and we've already got several layers on the boat. So, Aladino actually tried adding no thinner at all, a decision he was nervous about, but the results would soon be apparent the next day when the varnish is dry. Good morning!
Good morning.
You know what time it is?
Time to go check on the varnish.
Exactly.
Of course I know.
By the way, everyone, I haven't really shown this on camera before, but let me show you our actual circumstances of where we live. Okay, here's the little caravan, right? Fine enough.
And the view
Very
is
good.
beautiful.
Great view. Yeah, you've seen the view before. I filmed that. Okay, now let me show you what's actually behind here. We have the garbage and the recycling.
We are next to the recycling. It's very handy. You don't have to walk far.
So all day, there's people coming, dropping off garbage right outside our door. It's
Very
really
interesting
really
design
lovely.
of trash can. It's a big, huge cylinder that goes underground, so there's a lot of space in here. And it's bear-proof. I don't know why they made a bear-proof design. There's nothing here remotely resembling it.
It's so true.
But yeah, look at that.
Look at
crazy.
that, a thing of beauty.
Glass, paper, cans, chemicals, electrical utensils.
Yeah, it's
This
great.
place is set up.
Anyway, I thought I'd give you a dose of reality.
Yeah, this stuff shouldn't make it into the video. Let's go look at the real things.
Okay. Oh, there is a bird. Have you been sitting on our varnish, bird?
Let's go look at our magical tent.
Alright. There's a bit of dust, hey?
So much dust. It flowed out really nice.
The varnish itself flowed perfectly.
Yeah, and still there's just so much dust. It's crazy. Where does it come from? But I was so pleased with the flow out.
Yeah, it flowed perfectly. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks absolutely incredible.
It's really a mirror finish if it wasn't for the dust. I don't know what else to do, but a tent like this.
Well, it's the weekend right now. Right now is Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. Hopefully there's a bit less activity in the yard.
Yeah.
That might help. But I mean, obviously this is not our boat shed. We can't control what activity goes on around us. So we're trying to get the dust on camera, and it's really hard to make it appear on camera, which I guess is like a good lesson. Like, the mirror finish is so beautiful and so stark that you don't really notice the dust unless you're really looking for it. When I say mirror finish, I mean it. Look how the plastic from the tent reflects in the surface.
And another valuable lesson I've learned of varnishing windows over the years is every year it will look different again.
Mm-hmm.
Some years you achieve perfection, some years varnish looks less ideal.
You made us a beautiful snack, Aladino.
Yes, time for a little snack.
Thank you.
Varnishing is so easy on the body, only hard mentally. Because the varnish takes 24 hours until it's ready for the next coat, and I cannot physically be close to the boat, so I'm very far away and I have nothing to do. but
It's
to
actually
wonder and ponder and hoping and crossing fingers.
It's actually wonderful, Aladino, because I honestly haven't seen you relax in so long.
I relax all the time.
Not really. And it's really nice to see you actually properly relaxing.
It is. I'm enjoying it.
Good. All right, thank you for making the snacks. And so as evening came, we sat outside and had a nice little moment to celebrate. We've been trying to do this frequently since arriving back in the Netherlands, as a sort of balm for the soul. Recently, things have felt a bit unsettled. We really don't have a home. We have places we can go and family we can visit, but our boats are our homes. And right now, both of them are on land in need of work. Our bigger boat, the one with all our future dreams pinned on it, is in a country that we have to constantly scurry in and out of to keep up with visas. And the smaller one really should be sold soon to finance the next step of our big refit. But we don't know when to do that because we also kind of need it as our home base whenever we have to leave Magic Carpet too. So the past 2 years have felt like a lot of working for the future instead of enjoying the present, which isn't a bad thing because I believe in the future we're working towards. And I'm excited for the day when all my belongings are in one place and we can travel the world with our home. But I know that nothing worth it is ever easy, and that keeps us moving forwards. This summer of sailing will be a reward, and I think I will relax a lot when we're finally out on the water. I'm making dinner from Ottolenghi tonight. This is the book. I've been so excited about it. Look at all the recipes I'm going to try, and I've tried many others before these ones too.
They were pretty yummy.
So we have salmon, and we have this sort of sauce with barberries and pine nuts and fresh parsley and olives and capers. And then this, because it's summery today, we have a watermelon salad with watermelon, green apple, mint, lime, and flaky sea salt. And that's dinner. Life can be filled with uncertainties and anxieties, but also filled with beauty at exactly the same moment. What's the verdict,
Very
Aladino?
tasty. Well, this way of making salmon is just incredible.
It is.
Maya basically puts the salmon in a cold pan and starts with very low heat. On the skin though, so it does cook almost through to the salmon, and it makes a very crispy skin, and it just leaves the salmon so juicy inside.
It works better with different kinds of salmon. Like, for example, sockeye salmon back home is not fatty enough for it to work so well.
Fat North Atlantic king is better suited.
Which is what you get over here. Filled with uncertainties, but also filled with beauty at exactly the same moment.
Since this refit is so much smaller and manageable, we are getting bored, so I have to go look for new jobs, and I think I have found one. There are two components here that haven't been replaced in a while, and it is a very good excuse to do so now. Now, to eliminate play in the shaft, there is a shaft sleeve or a bearing which sits about here. And that one has developed a little bit of play, which they do over time. It's not much, but there is a good millimeter, if not more. Not strictly necessary yet, but since we're out of the water, it doesn't cost too much, we have time, plenty enough of good reasons to replace it. Once you tackle something like this and try to remove your shaft sleeve, then the next thing in line is the dripless shaft seal. and that is to seal water from coming in. And the type that we have, when you take a shaft out of it, it's very much recommended to use a new one and not to slide the shaft back into the old shaft seal.
You go inside, okay.
I might need a bigger wrench. What you see here, that is a luxury contraption called an Aqua Drive. Well, Aqua Drive is a brand. It's basically a constant velocity joint, which allows the engine to be on soft mounts.
And it creates less vibration.
The thrust plate.
Which is one of the nicest effects.
Yeah, therefore you have less noise, less vibration, because it's not transmitted through the engine blocks. And it allows for quite considerable misalignment. It happens on boats, and if you're really following the papers, you should check your alignment pretty regularly, which I doubt 98% of boat owners do. Aqua Drive thrust plate. This plate here is glassed in and takes all the thrust from the propeller instead of at this end, how it usually happens, and then the whole engine is pushed forward. So this one here is the shaft seal, and this is the place that we're going to replace at the same time as well. Yes!
So is this the moment? The moment all this has been for?
So now you can see what I was talking about. Oh, this might reveal more surprises, because we have to get this one out. This sleeve here is inserted into the tube, and I don't know if the glass goes over. We shall find out. Also, the yard manager came by and he spotted what I didn't spot. I was so focused on this part here, but he actually showed me that the shaft is also wearing out. So it is a bit of both. There is some missing on the prop, that's why there's some play, and there's some missing here. So
Not on the prop, on the shaft, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, on the shaft.
This is the shaft sleeve, and getting this out would prove to be quite a challenge.
I hope that this will be a jig to remove our shaft bearing.
The tensioning device didn't quite work, so Aladino resorted to a saw blade to try and get it out.
Alright, I'm having a little bit of success here. So I finally got it out. It was a job of patience. I cut a few notches, as you can see, only that it's very difficult to saw parallel all the way to the back, so you can actually see I didn't cut the very end, but almost.
The prop shaft itself was also a bit worn, contributing to the play, so we took a trip over to a shop which could make a new one for us. You want to hear a hilarious story?
Tell me.
I had it with me all along.
Oh, so funny! Maya went back to get her train card. But she has it. All right.
Well, I was in my phone. All right, let's go.
Got it.
There's even boats on the train here.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
Yes. Like the streets. Alright. Prop shaft is delivered, and we shall come pick it up when it's done, when they have made a copy.
And so, with varnish drying and a new prop shaft in the works and more layers of varnish soon to be added, we will leave you here in this quaint Dutch town on a quiet afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here. We so appreciate you watching our channel. It's so exciting to get to make these videos, and it's very exciting that soon we will be making sailing videos once again. An extra big thank you to our patrons for making this all possible. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so for as little as $2 a month. It's very flexible what you pay, and in exchange we post a lot of behind the scenes content on Patreon. For example, you get access to these videos 1 week early and ad-free every single week, and you also get real-time behind-the-scenes updates in the form of articles or short vlogs that are never posted anywhere else. So those are Patreon exclusive, and we really appreciate all of you for helping support these videos. We are so lucky we get to make them. An extra big thanks to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen for always going the extra mile to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. We will see you all next Friday.